Okay, so I'm going to give you one more example. I'm trying to show you as many examples as possible. Let's look at this. Let's say you're a superhero fan and you want to do something like the Superman logo. Well, you're not going to be able to find all the angles in the Superman logo. You can do the logo itself, do the angles you have, and then you can draw pictures around. Okay, so let's look at the Superman logo. Well, what's one of the requirements that I need to have? I need to have a right angle, right? Okay, that looks like a right angle to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to make a right angle out of the top part of Superman's S. 1, 2, 3. And you've just satisfied the right angle. Okay, so there's your right angle. You could have also done a right angle right there if you wanted to. Multiple places. This is also a right angle. Okay, just to kind of give you some ideas. Alright, so the next possibility is let's look at some other. We don't really have any angle pairs here per se, but what about an obtuse, or let's just do an acute angle. This guy right here is an acute angle, right? So I can create 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, you have to have the same number of dots. Blink, 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 blink. And now you've satisfied your acute angle. Okay? So right angle and acute angle have been satisfied. Now, what you ought to do is probably go in and do all the angles. Do all the angles. Supplementary, when you do supplementary angles, you can have 2 separate angles that add to 180, or you can do a linear pair. But if you do the linear pair and supplementary, you would have to have 2 separate linear pairs. If you use a linear pair for supplementary, you have to have 2 different linear pairs, because one pair has to count as your supplementary angle pair, and then one pair has to count as linear pair. You can't make one linear pair and tell me that counts as linear pair and supplementary. Okay, hang on, I have to take a drink. Okay, so that's just kind of giving you an idea on the Superman logo. Now you can draw the different designs around it. I've had people do, and I don't even know if this is Marvel or whatever, but you've had people do Marvel and do all, I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do with it. It's really wide open. For my musicians, what if I want to do some notes? Okay, what if I want to do some notes? All right, I can do several things for notes. All right, I can do this, right? So what can I do here? Well, if I look at this particular picture, there's a couple of things I can do, and here's the most obvious one. What kind of angles are these guys? Those are corresponding, right? Remember, you have to find these angle pairs all over the place. So I can do a corresponding angle pair, and let me choose a different color so you can see it. And again, I'm just showing random examples of almost anything I can think of. 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to draw my first one there, there, and there. There's my first angle. That's my top corresponding angle. And then I'm going to use a different color to draw my bottom corresponding angle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Closest to furthest. Move, move. And then you've just satisfied corresponding angles with your 8th note. What else could you sandwich in that 8th note? Well, look at your 8th note carefully. What else does your 8th note have? How about an acute angle? So you could do an acute angle in there. Okay? There's so many things that you guys can do. So many things. Okay? So many things. So really put your head into these projects and decide what it is you can do. Again, don't just draw it on paper like this. You have a bunch of different options. Use the different materials. I want you to put a lot of sweat into this project as far as creativity. I want you to be creative for me. I'm giving you full creative license so that you guys can be as creative as you want to and do something that interests you, not something that I'm telling you to do. Do something you like, something that you're into. and then just satisfy all the angle requirements. I think if you look at the rubric itself, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7. You actually have 1, 2, 3. You have 3 different types of angles you need to have. Individuals, right, acute, obtuse. Then your basic angle pairs are linear pair, vertical angles, complementary, and supplementary. So 4 different angle pairs there. And then parallel lines, you have to have corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior, and same side exterior. Okay. So those are going to be 5 points each. And I've got it on the rubric. So hopefully that helps you out with your project, kind of giving you an idea of how it works. When you get into my classroom, make sure that you look up in the back. I have a pillowcase with the Eiffel Tower in the back. I have the Pac-Man, which is covered up in the front. You can take the wallpaper off the Pac-Man if you want to look at it, because testing is over. I've got the one thing hanging behind my desk that's done out of yarn. I've got a couple of things that were sewn that are put up behind my desk. I have the music notes that are next to my desk. I have a lot of stuff that you can look at. Okay, so hopefully that helps you with your line design.